Welcome back to Unfiltered, presented by Hustle. I'm Jay Skyline,
And James.
and we about to get into this music, y'all. It's been a little bit, but 21 Savage came out and made a kind of, we'll call it controversial statement where he said he would beat anybody from his freshman class in a Verzuz. And before we get into the conversation, I want to ask my partner, what are we defining as the Verzuz? Are we saying hits, or are we just saying our preference in rapper? Because I have two different answers.
I feel like hits should be.
If we're going with hits, then he has more leeway in this argument in the idea that like who's a better rapper.
Yeah.
Because all right, if we're just going to straight verses in the hits, because the problem is even with hits, I would probably put some rappers ahead of him that I don't think are better than him.
Okay.
Where if we were just talking about my personal preference, there's a lot more artists I think are better than him, but there's artists I wouldn't put above him on here. So for hits, for me, looking at this. Hits, I'm going Lil Yachty.
You said him first.
He was the first one on the list. Like, Lil Yachty's probably my least favorite out of the people I'm going to say could beat him in a legit versus. Lil Yachty, maybe G Herbo, Lil Uzi Vert, Anderson .Paak, Kodak Black. I think all of them could beat him in the versus.
Damn.
Who you got?
I feel like East.
You think Davies can beat him in the versus of hits?
Hits, yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah. I think maybe. I think you can get one. Probably Vert, yeah. I don't know, Little Dicky might.
I argue with somebody about that. Little Dicky really only got like 1.5 albums.
I think he got some like tracks.
Again, if we're talking favorites, I put Little Dicky just below Anderson. Oh, my bad, Anderson .Paak too.
Yeah, Anderson .Paak, yeah.
Paak. I think Anderson .Paak will fucking wash him.
Kodak Black. Yeah.
Kodak is iffy just because it got to be like, I feel like Kodak's your mood. I guess 21 is too, though.
Yeah.
I think those two would probably be the most interesting verses because of how ignorant it would get.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to watch Ignorant, like,
you watch
it would be 21 Savage and Kodak Black's versus strippers and naked bitches everywhere, fake choppers. It'd be wild. But now,
putting Yachty up there for what?
Because he has a fan base that's kind of wild. I've seen him in person, not on purpose, but I've seen him in person, and how his fans act shocked me.
Yeah.
And I think he was opening when I saw him.
Yeah.
Like this was early, Little Boat. That's what they call him.
Lil
Boat. Which I actually like how they when they chant Lil Boat, that shit's kind of cool. But like I think it was a Kyle concert, if anybody remembers the I Spy dude.
Damn.
But yeah,
it was a Kyle concert.
Yeah. I didn't go for that on either. I was just there. I ain't gonna explain why I was there, but I was just there.
I'm not gonna explain. I don't know. I think you might have to.
Like Kyle was an issue to go to a Kyle concert. I'm still shocked that man thought he was going to be able to maintain a career with the name Kyle, and he was black-ish.
Damn.
Hey man, they named the show that, and it wasn't offensive. I could call somebody that though.
Okay.
So, but if we're like real quick before we get on to the next, if we're talking people I just think are straight better than 21 Savage, if I just say because for how he made that sound, I think he made it sound like he was the best artist on this list. Hell no. All right, so if I wanted to go in order of talent, it's Anderson .Paak, Lil Dicky, Lil Uzi Vert, Davies, Denzel Curry, G Herbo might be ahead of Denzel Curry, Kodak Black, and then I'm taking 21 Savage over Lil Yachty and Designer. So only two people.
Designer takes the bottom on both sides.
For where their careers have gone, yes. At the time when this dropped, I probably was more entertained by Designer's music than most of the people on this list. Like outside of Anderson .Paak and Lil Dicky, probably. Like, but Designer also was a clone Future, so I don't know how far that was gonna go.
Yeah.
But like that's the wild part about the transition. Like the only two people that have stayed where I believe they are is Anderson .Paak and Lil Dicky. The only difference is Lil Dicky went to media.
Yeah.
Which we've had that conversation in the past. So
I mean, it would have been nice to have some more music with him, but he hasn't put nothing out for a long time. I mean, that I can't even think
no, I mean outside of the stuff I've seen on the show, no, I haven't seen a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, do you like out of my list? Is there anybody that I said? Did you think 21 is above?
No.
So that's where,
like in that side, yeah.
and again, I'm in the same space as if you're gonna be a rapper after what we've had to talk about with Game, I would rather you be confident, but I also think you should be respectfully confident. I don't know how like you do that, but it just if you're not Wayne or Eminem, you gotta be or even Drake, like in a sense of numbers, you like I feel you gotta be respectfully confident, or you just understand that you're not the best.